before I start up on this, who wants to tell me that they have worked on project charter, or they have seen a charter, or they have been part of a charter?
Well, I have actually written myself as well twice. Pretty much 6 project charters I've been involved
Oh,
in
nice.
some capacity.
Okay, great. And when you say you have written those charters, means that you have been
As
part. Yes.
Yeah, I was not a sponsor for sure. I've never been a project champion or a sponsor.
Okay, yes, yes.
But as authorized by champion that, hey, you write on my part and then I will review it, kind of a thing. So it's him indirectly telling you he is writing, but I'm a facilitator,
Hmm.
kind of a thing. Or maybe he's a facilitator and I'm somebody following his facilitation, whatever way you put it.
No, no, in
So,
the practical world, this happens that
yeah,
ideally it should be sponsor who is
right.
writing it as well. It should be coming from them. But the sponsors, they're too good for this level of
Exactly.
documentation. So
Or too
they
busy, you
or
would
too
say,
good or too busy. Yes, I would say too good, too good. Like
Yeah.
that, it's like
Okay.
a bureaucratic reason, not really
Right.
busyness.
Right.
Anyways,
Right.
so charter is a document which is formally the first document in the project. Formally, the first document. And this document has a lot of role to play. So first of all, it's issued by the project initiator or sponsor. So we have not really talked about the multiple roles in the project. Of course, we have talked about the project team, the project stakeholders in general, the resources, because that's like most of the conversation in project management. However, at least sponsor and later on the steering committees, we have a very small task for steering committees as well in this plan deck. That sponsor is like in very easier terms that it can be a person, it can be a group, it can be an organization as well. Of course, they are one of the stakeholders, the key stakeholders, because they are the funders of the project. And when we say funders, it's not necessary that they are investing from their own pocket necessarily. They may or they may not. It's also possible that being a sponsor, they are arranging the funds and the resources from multiple entities and groups. And in that case, they would also become the sponsor. Most of the time, the investors or the investing organizations, they are the sponsor. So a sponsor is the stakeholder who is the ultimate uh, ultimate person or organization accountable for the success of the project, right? Now this may be a little confusing and this may be a little debatable as well, that you would say that no, it's a project manager in our organization who takes care of everything and they are the one accountable. See, accountable, the probably yes, accountable uh, you could see that they are accountable, but at a more strategic level, who is eventually the in charge of everything and who is going to be answerable to the steering committees and organization committees and executive members for the project. Maybe just because of the reason that somebody is like in front of you, they're taking care of everything, they're taking charge of everything, doesn't imply that they are going to be the ultimate accountable person. Like I said, accountability lies with one only. And at times that one person or entity is you don't get a chance to even meet them single time during the lifetime of the project because they are just invisible. They are not speaking to everyone and they are not meeting with everyone. So those are usually sponsored, and those people or those groups, they usually interact with the project manager separately, maybe in different other strategic level meetings, and probably the team is not really aware of that. So just because of the reason that they are only aware of the project manager, they think that he is a accountable person, but most likely, it can be a possibility, but most likely. until and unless the sponsor and the project manager is the same person or the same uh, role, and which is going to be a huge conflict of interest as well, but anything can possible in the real life setting. So coming back to the project charter, it's a document issued or initiated by the project sponsor. So that's the first point about the charter. Ali already has mentioned, that document literally may not be coming from the sponsor. Literally, the project manager and the project management team, or maybe like both sponsors and project manager, they are working on it together. Most of the time, it's a project manager who is not even declared as a project manager by that time, because this document actually declares the project manager as the project manager in the organization and to the broader stakeholders. So this is the second point. This document formally authorizes the existence of a project and the project manager as well, and it provides the project manager with the right authority to apply the organizational resources to the project activity. So these are 3 points actually, which is important about the charter. That first of all, it should be issued from the sponsor. At least it is approved from the sponsor. So all the work probably is done by the project manager or the project management organization, the provider organization. And once it is done as per the expectation of sponsor, they just present that to the sponsor or representative, and then they after the approval, the project formally get authorized. Authorized means that it is official, right? It is official that this project is going to get started. This project is going to it's going to be worked upon with this team, whoever is known by that time. This person is going to be the in charge for the team and for the customer, who is the project manager. With this roles and responsibility. The sponsor is going to have this role and responsibility. Some key members of the team, their roles and responsibilities can also be written in the charter. Along with that, of course, the project objectives, the project vision and the objectives, very, very much important to declare to everyone. So this is written in the document. And with this document, with this formal document, you give the right authority and the right, go ahead to that project manager, that he's now allowed to assign and apply the necessary resources in the project to get the work done. This is like, go ahead. So not necessary that literally this document is circulated in the organization or to the stakeholders, like in a very literal manner. Of course, in today's world, the mechanism, the communication channels can be different. So I have seen those projects as well, where the announcement of the project and the project manager is done via an email, by keeping like different people in the loop. And at times, some people are or some stakeholders are confidential, so they may be kept in PCC, for instance. So that way as well, you can easily declare a project in the project manager, and whatever, within an email as well, you can declare a project in the project manager if you want. If you don't want to keep it in a documentary form, that would also become an artifact which would have a record. But it's better to have it in the form of a document. So project chart is the first document ideally issued by the project investor or the sponsor, and it authorizes the existence of this project and the project manager in the organization for the duration of that project, and it gives the project manager with the necessary authority and the necessary go ahead to apply the organization resources.